Well, hello and welcome back, and thank you for coming back. Today we are in downtown Kato Paphos, and a slight change of plan. The booth. What's she doing? The booth is going to drive us around Kato Paphos, downtown Kato Paphos. The booth.
Hello, everybody. I decided to steal Mr. Paul's car together with him in order to drive through this lovely street. You're gonna guide me because you know my orientation. Tell me anywhere you want me to go.
Right, come on.
And you
We've got places to go and places to see.
And you will see what is the best.
Wait a moment.
Schumacher.
Let me put my seatbelt on. Right, come on.
You will
Let's
see.
go. Let's keep going. Right, get going.
You will see what is the best.
Do you know how to drive? Best driver in the whole of Paphos. Right, come on, let's go. Have you checked your mirror? No. But luckily we're in Cyprus, doesn't matter. Right, look at that. So we're driving along. What's this road called?
This road called Poseidonos Avenue.
Which we know as the hotel road from here to the harbour. Not a bad road. And there's quite a few tourists about. So I'm going to let Booth, I know it's boring this, but I'm going to let the Booth drive because she's a very good driver. Exactly. We're always complaining about people playing something that YouTube doesn't like, and there was us playing it on the radio. Terrible. Anyway, I don't think anyone would hear it, and I don't think anyone cared. The Booth?
Nobody cared.
How's the driving?
No, the driving is the best. Actually, I am the best driver of the women's categories in Paphos.
To be honest, Miss LeBooth is quite a good driver. I'm quite relaxed when Miss LeBooth drives, and all you've got to worry about is all of the idiots around us. And unfortunately, there are quite a few.
My plan was to crash you.
Crash me?
On the first traffic light.
Yes. Well, it is insured for far more money than it's actually worth. So if you want to smash it up, feel free. Because in this economic climate, this car, nice car as it is unbelievably expensive to run. The road tax alone is €800. Yes, you heard me correctly. €800. And it only does about 25 miles to the gallon in English language. So,
you're paying a fortune,
I am
Mr.
paying a
Paul.
fortune. But I do love this car, and I've always said I'll never sell it, and I won't. Hey, on another note, I used to own a beautiful little Honda logo, and as I say, if you've got a H on the back of your car, you're doing all right. Anyway, now a young lady has got a H on the back of her car, and she's doing all right because I've sold it. But hey, don't worry, I've bought another one. In a video in a couple of days, I'll show you the next one I bought, and you're not going to believe it. It's exactly the same year, and it's in exactly the same colour. Anyway, let me show you the views as we drive, because this channel's about three things: those views, your views, and of course my views of Miss Oching Receivia Booth, the most beautiful woman in the world. Let me show you. Where are you going? You can't go that way.
Oh, once
if you go that
fined.
way, yes, I turned that way and I got fined by a friendly policeman. So that way.
We get to be cleverer now.
So we're in the harbour area and we're driving around. I'm going to show you the plage, which is there, as you can see.
It is nearby. Our friend Coco is living.
We could pop and see Coco if you want.
Coco, when we finish our drive, then we stop here.
Right, okay.
What about the nice pancakes?
They're not just nice pancakes, LeBooth. They are pancakes fattening. To die for. What did you just say?
And fattening.
Oh, fattening. I thought she said something else. Anyway, fattening. Right. So, drive a bit further, LeBooth. Waste a bit more of my benzene.
Okay.
Which, I mean, I understand in the UK, benzene is, what is it, £2 a litre? Here it's only about £1.75 a litre.
Only?
So it's quite cheap.
People already complaining about.
They are complaining, yes. But this goes back to one of our Gumbarus who lives in Russia, you see. He's caused a few problems in the world. I don't think he's got long left on this planet to live, but there we go. The sooner he goes, the better. Let me show you the views. So are we going to head up towards Tomb of the Kings?
Oh,
is that your plan?
It's my favourite, yes.
Yeah, that's your plan, is it?
It's a nice way.
It's a nice way.
Yeah.
So we're going to head over this roundabout straight up, and we will go up what we call the estate agents street in English, or the property seller street in any other language, because it's got more property sellers on this street
told you once.
than
be
anywhere
careful.
else.
Be careful, because you're risking to sell one property.
Well, if I do manage to sell a property, don't forget to tell the people that Paul, or Mr. Paul from Marika and me, sent you in to West Coast, because they do pay a 10% commission. Huge commission, yes. Greedy estate agents, you see.
Yeah. As I know, when you drive in a city, the expense of the benzene is more than if you drive on highway. Is it?
It is. This is true, yes. Most people understand that because the car is not running at its most efficient. And the bigger the engine, which this car's got a big engine, the worse it is.
The waste.
Yes, so I probably am able to drive around Paphos and get 20 mpg if I'm lucky, if I'm not being a Schumacher. And on the highway, if I'm going to Limassol, I probably get about 35 mpg, because obviously this car is very relaxed as it drives along the highway.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have to tell you, any car I was driving, and I've had many cars due to Mr. Paul's business he's got, I want to say this is a most comfortable and reliable car.
This is possibly, without trying to boast, because it's not a new car and it's maybe worth 4,000 or 5,000 euros, that's all it's actually worth, it's possibly the greatest car in the world. I know some people will disagree, but this is an E-Class from 2003 to 2009. This is the facelifted version, and was manufactured in July 2007. It's got a 3-litre V6 diesel engine under the hood, or bonnet as we would say in English, and it's a spectacular car. It's a truly special car, very rare car in Cyprus because of the tax laws, hence the road tax being 800 euros, and I'll never sell it because it's a truly spectacular car to drive, unbelievably comfortable and quite fast, and people still look at it because it is a very beautiful car, or well, I believe it's a very beautiful car. There's a newer shape E-Class. I had one of them in blue, and to be honest, it was rubbish. The build quality was rubbish, the engine was rubbish, and it wasn't that fuel efficient, and I didn't really like it. Correct, LaBouffe?
Yes.
Yes.
But Mr. Paul, don't forget the money that you spent on this car to be looked after. It's scary money.
It's quite an expensive car to run, which is why I keep saying if you've got a H on the back of your car, you're doing all right. And also a T or an L. So if you own a Honda, a Lexus or a Toyota, and obviously we understand Lexus and Toyota are the same, if you own one of these three brands, you've probably got quite reliable and cheap motoring. You know, I'm not trying to fall out with Mercedes because they are good cars, but they do cost you quite a lot to run. BMWs, they're even worse, and you know, I think next time I'm going to buy a Lexus.
Especially in Cyprus.
Yes.
We have the company of
And hold on a second, obviously don't buy one of those. If it's got the word Rover on the back, don't bother.
Why?
Well, renowned for being the most unreliable car in the world.
Well, you know better because you're always mixing with the cars and the people who own in those cars. You must be knowing much better, so I agree with you.
And don't get me wrong, I'm British and I absolutely love Range Rovers. I think they look absolutely beautiful. They waft you along absolutely as if you are like a president, majestic. That's what the royal family uses them, obviously. But the problem is that when they get to about 6 months old, that's when the problem starts. So if you are the royal family and you get them given you free by Range Rover and Land Rover, fully checked over before you get them, and they're having them back when they're a year old and giving you another one, you got no problem. But in the real world, where most of us have to buy one, maybe we're lucky to buy a new one, but most of us 4, 5, 6 years old, then you're in for trouble, big trouble. There's a reason why they lose thousands and thousands of pounds, because you're just buying trouble. Anyway, LaBouffe, where are we going?
Mr. Paul, this is what I was going to ask you, by the way. Where am I going? Am I going to Polis? Am I going to some village?
You are on the road that's leaving Tomb of the Kings and heading towards Chloraka. So I think we should go to the plage in Chloraka.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Just for a change.
Just for a change.
And I'm going to show the people the road as we go. So this is a road we've been on before. It's a dual carriageway which they decided to construct a few years ago as you enter Paphos. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad idea, but it's a little bit illogical to speed up the traffic as you go into Paphos. But I'm not a town planner, so obviously I'm stupid. Anyway, as we go out of Paphos, it then goes to a single lane. Anyway, that's
Up
my
the
opinion.
hill, there is a nice buildings over there, which shows the architecture, the relief, I don't know how you call it, relief of the city. You see, like levels, layers.
Well,
of
yes,
the
what they're doing is
buildings.
they're cutting into the rock to build houses up so that all of those properties get a sea view, or that's the plan anyway.
Alright.
And they're charging absolutely insane prices for them. Obviously, some people have got lots of money because the starting price, you're talking $1 million, $2 million up. And then they're building some new houses down here, actually on the plage behind this rundown shack. You're just going to come into sight now. Just down there, they're building some next to the King. How do you say that? King Elephantton Hotel. And those properties down there, wait for it, are 4 to 5 million. I understand if you're coming from London or something, maybe 4 to 5 million is not a lot of money, but to most people, it is. Nice hotel, that, by the way.
Yeah,
It is a
it's
nice hotel.
about 6-7 years old.
It is.
You have to compare with another hotels. Of course, it's new, well renovated. One of the managers used to be our friend in past, and we know him. So he's working there as a manager there.
What I wanted to mention was, it is a very nice hotel, and if anyone's going to stay there, we'll go and do one of our especially views. Take a left, Labu.
Yes.
But what I was going to say is, I was watching a review of that hotel. How do you say it again?
King
Evelton Hotel, and it does look very, very nice. I've never been in there, but I'm going to go when someone tells me to go there. But I was watching a gumbaru of mine. I don't know him very well, but we have met. His name is George, and he comes, well, his website is Cyprus Insight. You'll find him on YouTube. He's a nice guy, and he wanders around with his wife, goes here, goes there, similar to us, but not the same as us, obviously. He's more, what's the word, factual, should we say, yeah? He enjoys what he does as we enjoy what we do. So if you want to go and watch him on YouTube, Cyprus Insight. And perhaps George will return the favour to us. But he's a nice guy. He lives down the Larnaca way, but we did meet once when he came down to Paphos, when he was doing a review for that hotel. Anyway, keep going, Labu. We are going to get down to the Chloraka plage.
Yeah.
And this is a very nice area around here. There's a couple of hotels. There are quite a few multi-million euro villas, obviously, as you can see, because everyone understands the closer you get to the sea, the more expensive the properties are. So let's go in there, Labu, and let's park up and go for a little walk along the plage. But obviously we understand this video is getting a bit long. We know you're going to click off and go and watch Ben from Bald and Bankrupt or Harold Vorder. But anyway, we're going to say thank you very much. We hope you enjoyed our little drive. If you want to come back for the next video in a couple of hours, we'll be walking along that plage.
Thanks for watching. Thank you very much. And yes, stay with us. Click and subscribe. Bye.
Right, come on, Labu. We got places to go and places to see. Thanks for watching.